Well, he was one of the last four men standing on ABC's 11th season of The Bachelorette, and no one was more surprised by this than Ben Higgins himself. Why? Even though he went on to star in season 20 of The Bachelor, Ben has always felt unlovable and invisible, and what he calls alone in plain sight.
Ben Higgins is an author and co-founder of Generous International. He's most well known as the lead on ABC's 20th season of The Bachelor. When Ben poured out his heart on national TV and confessed that he felt unlovable, he struck a nerve with the audience.
I thought I was the only one who felt that way. Would we not feel less alone if we embraced the biblical truth that we're better together than we are apart? My search for answers to those questions turned into a book called Alone in Plain Sight.
Please welcome to the 700 Club, Ben Higgins. Ben, nice to have you with us.
Hey, it's really good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Those who know you as a TV celebrity might find it hard to believe that you struggled with acceptance and that you felt alone in plain sight, the title of your book. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, you know, in life, I've always felt like the kid, I always explain it this way, the kid looking through the window at the party that he wasn't invited to. And all of his friends are inside celebrating and you're sitting on the outside. And, you know, it's an insecurity that's kind of lasted through my younger years, through college, and now as an adult. And so I felt like an outsider looking in.
So how did you wind up on The Bachelorette? Because you're just in front of the whole world, basically, there. And what was the celebrity like that? How did it change your life?
Yeah, well, I went on The Bachelorette because I had just moved to Denver, Colorado. A friend of mine said, hey, Ben, you're single, you're not really dating. Would you be interested in doing this? And I just needed life shook up a bit. Like, I just needed to try something different. Didn't really know what I was going to get myself into and become The Bachelor. But over a period of time, what I recognized is that I was unprepared, but I was excited about the idea of fame. I was really wanting to feel like I'd been seen and known. And after kind of like that instant fame hit, I recognized and realized, and I still to this day, that fame is not fulfilling. And so that's the big lesson I learned was no amount of fame can fulfill the soul.
So then The Bachelorette, you're one of the last four on that program. You're surprised at that. And then The Bachelor presents itself. Did you have any qualms about whether you should do that or not?
Oh, definitely. Yes. I mean, it's a weird thing, right? There's nothing not weird about it. And again, though, so I prayed this prayer. And this is the only thing I can say is I prayed this prayer when I was first asked to be on The Bachelorette because I had a job, I had friends, I had my family, and I just said, God, I'm so confused. I don't know what to do right now. So if one door closes, I won't do it. And every door, my boss said, Ben, you should go do it. My family said, go give it a shot. My friends said, shake life up a bit. And so I did it. And now I'm seeing kind of why, right? Like I get to write a book and I get to talk about it in churches and I get to talk about it with people. But I definitely had issues with it initially. But I said yes because I had no reason to say no. So
then The Bachelor comes along as an opportunity. And I mean, the whole goal of The Bachelor is to find a woman amongst all of them that you actually want to spend the rest of your life with. Did you really think that was going to happen?
Well, I thought it was a possibility. I had friendships from The Bachelorette where my friends got married from the show. You know, I have multiple friends today that are married from the show with kids. And so I saw that it was a possibility. It wasn't necessarily an expectation. I just knew there was a good shot because that's kind of how the show was set up. Right.
So then you become engaged to Lauren. And at what point did you realize, you know what, this isn't really it?
Yeah, well, we were together for 2 years or about 2 years. I think with a few months left, we did a show after The Bachelor together. And during that, we realized that we weren't necessarily the most compatible partners. And so that's when things started to recognize that maybe we aren't meant for this forever. And that, you know, we broke up.
So talk a little bit about your book, because you just mentioned the opportunities that opened, the doors that opened because of The Bachelorette and The Bachelor. Alone in Plain Sight, subtitle, Searching for Connection. I guess everybody's doing that. What do you want the takeaway from this book to be?
Yeah, well, what I really hope, and this book is something for anybody out there who has felt disconnected from themselves, from others, from romance or singleness, if they're in that season of life, and from God. And I just hope the reader, if I could sum it all down, if when the reader closes this book, they just feel less alone. That if they're in this world and they feel alone, which I can't imagine a worse feeling, that they would close this book and feel more connected to all of those things.
Well, with Open Doors comes opportunity. You also have a nonprofit coffee company. What's the mission of Generous International?
Well, Generous is really interesting. So we started this company. It's a for-purpose company to sell T-shirts that are made out of plastic water bottles, and they're made by single mothers in Haiti, and coffee that's single origin, traceable, and specialty grade. And we donate 100% of our profits to nonprofits and social causes fighting human-facing injustice around the world. Real quick note, we've signed off, all of the owners have signed off all the ability to make any money on this. So this is an all donation. And you go to generouscoffee.com and, find some incredible coffee today. Well,
it's good to know that you're in a good place right now, currently engaged to Jessica Clark. What's different about this engagement?
Well, this one is really special. There's a lot of peace to it. This engagement's different because we dated for 2.5 years without a television show following us. And she's just, she's my partner. She is my best friend. She's a woman I love. And so it's different in every way. And this one's very peace-filled, and it brings me a lot of joy.
Well, congratulations to you. Any date set yet?
Yeah, so we're going to be getting married in November of this year, no matter what. If people can be there or not, we are getting married. That's happening. It's already been pushed back a year.
Awesome. Thanks for being with us, Ben. Want to mention your book again. It's called Alone in Plain Sight. It's available nationwide, and sounds like a good message for folks.
It's a nice young man.
Exactly.